Today marks the 30th anniversary of the beginning of the Oka crisis. What started with the proposed expansion of a golf course west of Montreal turned into a 78-day standoff that has left a permanent mark on Canada. As Dan Spector reports, decades later, the issues that launched the crisis still aren't resolved.
The Oka crisis may be 30 years in the past, but the message from the Mohawk people of Kanesatake remains the same.
Land back. We want our land back.
In the spring of 1990, Mohawks erected a barricade in a wooded area called the Pines, protesting the proposed expansion of a golf course by the town of Oka onto ancestral native lands. On July 11, 1990, provincial police moved in to break up the blockade. A firefight ensued, and 31-year-old Corporal Marcel Lemay was killed. A 78-day standoff between Mohawks, the police, and the Canadian Army began. Ellen Gabriel was there.
It was the women that went to the front, and we weren't armed. We had our hands in the air, and this SWAT team was pointing their weapons at our heads and our hearts.
This anniversary of the Oka crisis looked different than past commemorations. Instead of going through Oka on foot, because of the pandemic, demonstrators stayed in their cars.
We decided that it wouldn't be such a good idea to have a march because of the urge to get close to each other. So we did a rolling blockade.
NDP leader Jagmeet Singh was on hand to show his support. So was Winnipeg MP Leah Gazan.
What happened on this land was, in a lot of ways, the beginning of a powerful movement. Many movements have been inspired by the incredible activists, the community, the people who stood up to defend their land.
We talk in this country about reconciliation, and there will never be reconciliation in Canada in the absence of justice.
And even though the golf course development was eventually cancelled, the land struggle has never been resolved.
And this is intolerable.
The rolling blockade passed through a housing development Mohawks have been denouncing for years.
Under Canada's Constitution, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau could intervene and stop all development that's taking place here, and he refuses.
Today, many in the Mohawk community say they want the issue of the land given more attention than the standoff it created.
And I want people to remember that we are the peaceful ones, that the state has always been the one that has initiated the violence against us.
Dan Spector, Global News, Kanesatake.